everybody, I'm Dave Thomas, and today I am building the Firecrest model rocket from Estes. Now currently, this is June of 2026. This is only available as an educator's bulk pack, so you can't get a single kit of this yet. So if you're not an educator doing this for students, you could get together with 11 of your buddies and all have a build party. This goes together fairly quickly. And so inside, all the various parts here are not into single kits. So we'll pick out a body tube here, some instructions, okay, the decals are in with the instructions here. Alright, then we've got another bag of streamers. If you're OCD, this box is going to drive you nuts. Alright, then we'll need a shock cord from the shock cord bag. Okay, and then a nose cone. Now I'm actually going to build most, if not all of these for a launch I've got coming up, and we'll be giving them away. But if not, you might want to get a bunch of sandwich bags or something like that you can reseal these into. Alright, then we have 1/2 of a fin can. And I'm going to assume that, oh nope, they're not, okay. So maybe, okay, so the two bags are not separate halves, I don't think. Now, I just figured out that there is a difference between those two bags of fin parts. Alright, so one of them has a smooth side between the two fins, and the other one has the mounts for the launch lug here. Okay, so do make sure that you've got one of each type there. Okay, then we're going to need the motor retainer and the launch lug. So now we'll go ahead and put these together. Alright, I'm going to use a brush-on cement. Medium viscosity. You can use the tube type like they show as well. Alright, so at the very minimum we want to get the little holes in the little pegs. And since we're not pushing anything into this, there's nothing that glue will get in the way of, I'm going to go ahead and do this edge. Now I'm not going to do the other edge that has the fin. Instead, I'll do the edge over here on the other side. Alright, you don't need lots and lots of glue here, just a little bit. But this will give us a better connection. Okay, and now we just need to line up all of the little holes and all of the little pegs all at the same time, like that. Okay. And now I'm going to hold this off camera for about 60 seconds to let the glue set. The glue has set on my fin can. It's been about 5 minutes. You do still want to be careful with it, as that glue is not fully set up yet. But we can go on to the next part. Now, putting on the launch lug here, I'm going to do it differently. I don't like the way they do this at all. And the reason for it is where they're showing the glue is going, which is on these little pads here. On the launch lug, that's where these holes are. Okay, so the only thing that's actually holding those holes are the edges. Now, I've had a lot of trouble with these types of launch lugs of late where the glue just doesn't hold to them. And so what I'm going to do here is take just a little bit of sandpaper, and just about anything from 100 grit to 220 is fine. And I'm just going to scratch up the surface a little bit. Okay, you don't need to wear away anything. This is just going to give a better grip for the glue. And I'm going to do the same thing in between the two little squares there. Okay, again, it doesn't take much. Okay, now, instead of putting glue on the raised tabs there, I'm going to put a film of glue on all the edges and in the middle. All right, now you don't want that to be dripping, so you may need to take a little off there. Alright, and now I'm going to put this on, and now the glue has that entire surface to bond with and not just the edges of the lugs themselves. So once again, I'm going to hold this in place for about 60 seconds and then let it set for about 5 minutes. While the glue is setting on the launch lug, I'm going to move us over to the next part here, which is the shock cord and the streamer. So the first thing we need to do is cut the shock cord mount out. And if you look on the other side of the instructions, they just leave it blank there, so you're not cutting out anything important. If you do want to keep your instructions intact, just make a photocopy of that page and cut out the photocopy. Okay, now I'm going to show you another little trick here. Excuse me. Alright, so what they're doing is simply laying the shock cord down like this, and you fold this over and this over, and what happens is that the shock cord is folded directly onto itself, which means you have a big bump there, which makes it more probable that your streamer might get stuck at ejection. Okay, so one of my viewers told me about doing this, and it works really well. So take your scissors or hobby knife and cut a fork in the end like this. Alright, and then we're going to take some wood glue. You can use white glue as well, just white glue takes longer to set up. Okay, and we're going to be a little bit messy here. Alright, so we're going to put a film of glue all over this. Alright, now, the shock cord is going to come out of the three. Sorry, aliens were invading. Alright, and what we're going to do now is split this open across the two like this. And now when I fold this, the two forks there will go on either side of the shock cord instead of on top of it. So now I just fold the one over the two, squish that down so we just have paper and glue, not air. Alright, if you need to, you can pull that up just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to fold that over like so. Okay, and now we're going to add a little more glue to that so that now we have a surface of glue all over. Alright. Okay, and we're just going to pick one end to be the forward end, the front end, and that's where this is going to go. Okay, so we're going to curve this a bit so that it fits to the tube better. Alright, and then we need to get it down inside there as far as we can. At least, they're showing ½ an inch. The farther you can get it down, the better. And if you have long, thin fingers, more power to you. Alright, so what I'm doing here is just squishing my finger up against the shock cord in my hand here so I don't collapse the body tube. Alright, and I didn't get that down very far, but it's at least ½ an inch, so that's okay. It has to be below where the shock cord shoulder here is going to hit it. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm going to wait and put the fin can on before we go any farther with that. 5 minutes have passed and our fin can should be set enough that we can handle it. And like we did with the launch lug, I'm going to take some sandpaper and just lightly sand the shoulder here, the part that's going to go up into the body tube. And again, the Estes makes a lot of rockets that have this same basic structure where they have a plastic fin can that gets inserted into a cardboard body tube. And there's no one glue that glues both of those substances really well. Sometimes I use gel type super glue, sometimes I'll use the tube type plastic cement, and I've had failures with both of them. So rubbing the sandpaper here should help a little bit with that. Now here I am going to use the tube type because I want the increased viscosity here. I don't want it to just absorb right into the cardboard. Alright, so I'm going to put a bead on here. And you want this a moderate bead. If you get it too heavy, you'll melt the fin can. Okay, that's actually a bit too much. I'm going to scrape some of that out. Let's see, more is not always better. That's a good amount there. Okay, and now we're just going to gently put this in, kind of twist it back and forth as we go until it seats well in the glue. Alright, and now we're going to give that about 5 minutes to dry. While the glue is drying between the tube and the fin can, now we'll go ahead and do the other end of the shock cord. So we'll pass that through the nose cone and just tie a double knot or 2 half hitches in this. And you want to kind of scoot it down here so it's on the bottom part of that loop in the nose cone. And then pull this from all directions so it's good and tight. And if you want, you can add just a little tiny drop of wood glue to that knot so it doesn't come unraveled. Just like that. Okay, and just kind of work that in, and then cut the free end back to about 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters or so. That way it's less likely to get caught between the body tube and that shoulder. Okay, and then we're going to take the streamer here and take a little bit of tape, and it doesn't really matter what tape. You can use masking tape or transparent tape like I'm using here. You can even use electrical tape, though it gets kind of thick. All right, and give yourself a little bit of space between the nose and the streamer there. All right, now you don't want this all stretched out, just tight enough that it's unwrinkled. And we're going to put a piece of tape over that. Alright, and then we get another piece of tape ready, and we're going to fold this over at the shock cord itself, and we're going to tape that in place. Okay, now fortunately you won't see your fingerprints when this is up in the air. Alright, and then if you get a little excess there, just very carefully trim that away. But don't cut your shock cord. Okay. Now when you do go to roll this up, and we're not going to do it quite yet, I want to make sure all the glue is dry. Don't roll it around the shock cord. Okay. You can roll it from one end. That's really tedious though. What I recommend is, what I'm doing here, is just keep folding it from the far end over itself like this, until you get a manageable amount, and then you can roll it up if you want. Okay, and then this and the shock cord will go down inside. For now though, we've still got wet glue on the shock cord mount, and we've got wet glue on the shock cord, and probably still wet glue down in there. Alright. Now, the last part we have is the decal, and it's a good idea to wash your hands here so you have at least less prominent fingerprints, and kind of handle it from the edges. My preference is to put this on the opposite side of my launch lug. And you can do it anywhere, alright? But pretty much with this, once it's on, it has to stay on. If you try and peel it up, it usually takes the cardboard with it. Alright. And then just kind of flatten it down and get all the air out. Now do be careful, this is a fairly thin wall tube and it won't take a lot of pressure on it. Now you can decorate this with other decals as well. It's really good for things like colored markers. I don't recommend crayons or colored pencils on it, especially with younger builders, because those do tend to collapse this. The Estes logo here can go on a fin, it can go on the body tube, you can ignore it completely, that's up to you. And you can also put other decals on it that aren't included with the kit. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be building these for a launch where I'm going to be giving most of them away. And so I'm going to put some sort of identifying decals on them so people can tell which rockets are theirs. And then our last step here is to put the motor retainer on. It goes on, you give it about a half twist there, and normally this is where the motor goes. Now, according to the package, the only motor this uses is the A33T. Which is actually a fairly new motor from Estes, and it doesn't indicate that you can use any other ones. Okay, there's actually a whole bunch of those mini motors out there, and the only thing I can think of is that if you use a bigger motor, it may make this unstable as it'll put too much weight in the back. I tried emailing Estes about it about 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't heard back from them. So use other motors with due caution. So here's my Firecrest just before putting it all together. Alright, so we've got the retainer on, the streamer is taped on and ready to go, the little bit of glue there is dry, the glue on the shock cord mount also is dry. And so if you're actually prepping this for launch, take 2 squares of recovery wadding here and stuff those down inside. Loosely crumpled. If you're just going to store the rocket for a while, don't do this part. Alright, then we're going to take our streamer here once more and fold it up. Okay, and we'll just roll up that last bit there. Okay, and then we're going to stuff it down inside along with the shock cord. Okay, and then as we put the nose cone on, make sure that we don't get any shock cord caught there. Okay, and then we're going to give it a little shake here. Now my nose cone's coming out, so we can fix that with a little bit of masking tape. And we just want to put it on the shoulder here, not on the outside. This will just give us a little more friction there to hold it in place. There we go. So there's my finished Firecrest. Hope you had fun building this with me. Have a great launch and a safe recovery, and please stay tuned for more of my videos.